Hi, readers. Welcome back. We are here in the last teaching point of this entire unit where we have focused on theme. You have learned so many new strategies that now we're kind of tying everything together and we're going to be comparing the themes of different stories, text, Pixar shorts that we've been using so far, and maybe even introducing some news stories here and there. So today I get to work with you specifically on comparing and contrasting similar themes or comparing similar themes in different texts. Okay, so real quick, let's review. So, what is a universal theme? Well, it's a theme that is not specific to just one text and one character. Instead, it's a theme that's just kind of about being a human, and these are things that humans go through. So, for example, self acceptance would be a topic of a theme that then you would develop a theme statement about. So, what is the big idea in these books? And you would say self acceptance. So some of those examples would be Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon, Sneetch's Beautiful, Spaghetti and a Hot Dog Bun, and Whoever You Are, just about being yourself, self-acceptance. So that would be a universal topic, whereas the theme could get a little bit deeper. All right, so some common theme words or big ideas would be courage, perseverance, honesty, kindness, cooperation, acceptance, compassion, love, and friendship. All right, so your steps before you start to see my work and watch me as I kind of go through the motions of comparing the text that we're going to use today, you need to go to this little slide where it says, first, you're going to watch One Man Band. So when you open this, it should bring you to the YouTube video where you're going to watch this little Disney Pixar short. This one is a refresher. You have watched this one before with us. But I'm giving you a news story that may be familiar to you. So second, you're going to be listening to and reading The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. All right, so those are your two things. So once you have refreshed your memory with One Man Band and read or listened to The Giving Tree, then you're going to come back to me, okay? And then we're going to start comparing these two texts. All right, so thinking about One Man Band and The Giving Tree. Let me move this a little bit out of your way. All right, so thinking about these two different texts. Okay, so what is kind of the shared big idea or topic? Well, I got to thinking, and I know people will disagree because The Giving Tree is kind of a controversial book anyway. So some people will talk about how it's about unconditional love for someone that you care about, like a child. But then I kind of looked at it from, well, what about this boy? He keeps going and wanting more and more, and he keeps asking, not realizing that, hey, like you need to kind of give back too. So, thinking about that perspective of the giving tree, I went with the shared topic being greed. What is the definition of greed? What does that really mean? So, I went to dictionary.com and I looked up the definition, and they, or dictionary.com, as a resource, said that greed is the intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. Okay, so thinking about the giving tree, why this theme word explained. So I just put some of my text evidence and my own rational thinking behind why I would say greed is the theme word or topic or big idea for the giving tree. So the tree gives and gives unconditionally to the little boy. She gives her apples, love, time, branches, and wood. The little boy never shows appreciation. He only asks for more. So this is exactly that definition of greed to me because he keeps asking for more. I wouldn't say that it's food necessarily, except for whenever she gives the apples, but then he sells the wood for some wealth. So, I mean, it correlates pretty directly. Okay, so then why greed for One Man Band? For this one, I put the little girl walks to the fountain to make a wish and toss her coin. The musician sees the coin and lures the little girl away from the fountain in hopes of getting the coin. The other musician then competes for the same single coin. So again, they are greedy. They are wanting that wealth and acting very selfishly, even though this little girl is trying to just make a wish. All right, so now we're going to come down. So we have our theme word, we have our text evidence. So then, okay, so theme word greed for the giving tree. Well, what about that? What's the theme statement? So for this one, I wrote, if you allow greed to drive a friendship, then both friends can never be truly happy. Because even though the boy was getting his wishes fulfilled and his needs fulfilled, seemed like he was even never happy. Whereas the tree ended up as a stump. Well, tree can't be happy with just being a stump. Okay, so then what about one man band? Theme statement being the kind of what about that? Why greed for this little Pixar short? When money drives your choices, you may miss out on the more important things in life. That would be the message that the author of that Pixar short, One Man Band, would be trying to teach us from his little cartoon. Okay, so then we have the big idea, greed. We have our definition. We have why this theme word for these two stories. And I have my theme statements that I've developed for these two stories individually. So then I have to think, okay, so putting these together now, what is the universal theme that I can say applies to both of these texts? And it'll probably apply to more texts and media that we see. But for right now, these two, what fits with these two? The universal theme, the struggles and things that humans deal with and that we can learn from. So I put that the overall universal theme for these two would be you should value the people and friendships in your life more than money and possessions. Okay, so thinking about one man bands, thinking about the giving tree, and then the shared pieces in the middle. Very much like a Venn diagram, if you will. I just wanted to give you guys some more area to write. All right, so then your work for today. What will you be doing? Step 1 is another one where you're just refreshing your memory. You're going to watch Joy's Story. And then step 2, another refresher, you're going to listen to Enemy Pie. From there, you are going to fill out a very similar chart. So start here, the big idea, the theme word. What exactly is the definition of that? Go to dictionary.com, look it up, see if that word really applies to the stories that you are looking at and that you're analyzing. And then why this theme word for enemy pie? Okay, what about that? What's the theme statement? Why this theme word for Joy's Story? Okay, what about that? What's the theme statement? And then finally, you're going to screenshot this picture of this chart and upload it to Canvas for your teachers. And then finally, you have this may do, must do. So these are the steps that you must do today, and these are the things that you may do today. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask your wonderful 6th grade teacher. Have a great day and happy reading.